Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 1 of season 5. Welcome to the new season, and today we're going to get the Premier League underway at home in the newly expanded Elland Road against Watford. Now I thought, being the start of the new season, let's have a look and see where we're at as a club, a bit of a sort of state of the union kind of a deal, and just have a look where we're going now. Well, right now we're a B-, which is a little bit harsh. They're happy with the dressing rooms, the sort of the atmosphere. They're happy with the level of support in the squad, and they're happy with the number of goals we've scored of late, the end of last season, of course. Disappointed with the finances. They held a Costa deal. We had to get him out. Disappointed with the finances, the deal involving Under. I thought we did okay with that. Maybe wages are slightly high. They're concerned about the finances involving the deal to sell Joe Lumley. His contract was up. We got £1 million for him. I don't see what the problem is there. But anyway, let's not dwell on that. Expectations of the board here. We're doing well in terms of playing entertaining and attacking football. We're developing youth players using the young players using the youth system. We're pressing for high tempo, which is what we look to do, and sign high reputation players. Very pleased. I didn't actually think we signed that many high reputation players, but there you go. So this season, end of this current season, we want to reach the second knockout round of the Europa League, qualify for the Europa League through the Premier League, quarterfinals of both the cups, and my contract expires at the end of this year. They haven't offered me a new one as of yet, and I have asked once. So that's maybe a small concern. And of course, the youth facilities, they're going to be state of the art, and they will be done in about a month or so's time. So that is all looking good. If we have a look at the transfers that we did, there was of course a transfer special yesterday's episode or last episode. So if you want to have a look at sort of how we got to this, be free to go back and watch that. But the headlines of the outs: Costa left. Who was the other big ones? Bonifazi left. His contract was up, so we sold him for 28 million. Tucson left. Edouard has left. 30 million pounds for a flop was quite good. And the other main one there, I think, left Davis maybe, and Bartelik went off to Huddersfield. The ins, we got a couple of youngsters in, but the three big ones are Renier, our new attacking midfielder, striker, regular midfielder, just general all-round nice guy from Brazil. We got Under in from where is he from? Roma. And of course he can play both sides, but natural on the even though he's left-footed. And the other one was, of course, Aaron Wan-Bissaka in to replace Bartelik, so we got him in as well. So that they were sort of the headlines there. Finances were looking really, really good. We spent only half of what we recouped in the transfer market, so we still have 81 million, almost 82 million to spend if we want to. Wages are actually quite good. If we look at the wages since last season, we've actually lowered the wage budget, which is relatively impressive, I've got to say. So that's quite good. I'm quite happy with that. So that's kind of where we are standing there. If we have a look at what we're expected to do for this season, we sort of just saw that there already, didn't we? Qualify for the Europa League, reach the second round of the Europa League when we sort of start that in the quarterfinals of both cups. In terms of the Premier League, if we go to the season preview here, we had the Sunday game, so there's been a few games already. Headlines: Chelsea smashed. Look at that, 6-1 opening day against Tottenham, and maybe other news is Leicester beat Arsenal at home is the big one there, and Southampton, a game too late, managed to take a point at home off of Manchester United. If you missed the end of last season, we needed Southampton to draw or take points off Chelsea so we could qualify for the Champions League this year. But season preview, we're sitting there in 7th. We're 7-1. Tottenham's ahead of us. I'm going to say after that Chelsea result, maybe not anymore. But there you go. That's definitely the big 6 is now a big 7 in the Premier League. So that's, we can take some pride in that. If we look at the Media 11 Dream Team there's no Leeds United representation in that, which is a bit of a shame. And if we look down at the key players, who are our two key players? Abel Ruiz, and I'm going to guess, Renier. Fair enough. I was going to say maybe Velvake after he took the league by storm last season, but not to be. And there's sort of the rest of the key players down the league there if you are interested in seeing those. Now, the club, I was going to have a look here at club history and just kind of see where we're at here. I'm still only favoured personnel, which is outrageous, as is Leao. Do we have any of our boys not at that level yet? No, but Calvin Phillips is in the icons, and is there anybody else? No, so just Calvin Phillips is an icon at the club. Now the history, I thought we were going to have a look at the records and see what sort of records we have around, anything we can break. Let's have a look here. Most points in a season, 93. That was, of course, our promotion year, wasn't it? So it doesn't really count. It's not top flight points. We do well to get to that this season, though. We don't want to do fewest points. Most league wins in a season, 27. We must have got close to that last year. What did we do? How many wins did we get last year? Just a quick little detour here. We want to go to competitions and then Premier League, we won 23 games. So we were getting close to that last year. So that might be something we can maybe look to do this season, see if we can get to that. Most defeats, we don't want to do... we don't want to give that a nudge. What else we got here? Most goals scored in a season, 98. Could we get to the 100? I tell you what, if we finish off started the way we finished off last year, maybe we could. Fewest goals scored in a season. We don't want to do that record, do we? Attendances, the capacity is now just over 50,000. If we were to go to 60,000 in capacity, then we could break that attendance record. Maybe that's something worth doing. 10-0 is a record win. We'll do well to do that, won't we? We don't want to do defeats. The highest scoring match was, of course, the 7-1 that we had in the championship season. Onana is still our record transfer fee. This might be getting down behind my head. You may not be able to see this. And Shackleton, when he went off to Arsenal, that is still the biggest fee received, though I should have broken that with Bogat, shouldn't I? Most goals, league goals by a player is Peter Mortimer. I don't think we've got anybody getting close to that. Liao has most goals in a season by a player. That's obviously, I'm assuming that's just since we've taken over. That wouldn't be an overall record. But I'd like to think this season we can get somebody over 20 league goals. Most appearances when no one's anywhere near Jack Charlton. Calvin Phillips will be the closest if he stays with us. We can see there Pablo Hernandez has the record for highest average match rating. Fastest goal, that's just a bit of a fluke, isn't it? We're not got no one that's going to threaten the oldest. Most goals in a game, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to get 6, but you never know. The assist record there is by Calvin Phillips. Kiko Casilla has the clean sheet record, that's the championship season. Again, Onana's going to do well to get to that, but I think he is a better goalkeeper. Casilla, of course, retired at the end of last year, so he is no longer at the club. And the sequences there, we'll see what we can do. Most games without losing. The record is 34. We'll probably want to run over about 3 or so from the end of last season, or 4 maybe. So we'll do well to get that, I would imagine. So that's kind of where we stand as a club. Let me know how you think you'll do this year. Is the league prediction or the game prediction of us coming 7th? I'd like to think we could push top 4 this year. Of course, we got 76 points last season. If we were to do that this season, that would almost certainly be enough to get into the Champions League. That was just, if you remember when we went back and checked, 76 points. Was it 76 points? Yeah. Any other season would have got us well and truly into the top 4. Would have got us 3rd that season, our first year up, and it would have got us 4th the year that we were getting promoted. So we've come 6th, we've come 7th, we've come 5th. This year is the year we come 4th, surely. Let's go and have a look at what we're sending out. The first game of the new season. Actually, you know what we should do before? Let's have a look at the dynamics as well. Actually relatively happy with this. Cohesion is still good. Dressing room atmosphere is still good. Managerial support is still good as well. The hierarchy, it's Phillips, it's Onana who's pushed up to replace Kiko Casilla, and Haaland is a team leader as well. Cooper has dropped out. Now that may be a problem. If he's not a team leader, then his usefulness in the dressing room to me as just a peacemaker may begin to waver. So that could be a problem, but we'll wait and see there. Managerial support, for the most part, although 2 of the 3 team leaders don't particularly support me, which is a bit of a shame. And the social groups, we can see there 2 of the new boys don't yet have a social group, but otherwise, I think Cooper, if he could get back into this core group, maybe it would help his social standing as well. But anyway, now let's go and have a look at the team we're sending out to get to face Watford. Now, Watford are newly promoted, so this is their first game back. We're at home, as I said, in the newly expanded Elland Road. We're the favourites. Doesn't really mean anything. They're an Abel Ferreira-coached team these days. He obviously got them promoted last year. Looks a decent enough manager. So that's kind of what it is. They're an attacking, direct, urgent, pressing style football. We are expecting them to come out like this, so you can never really tell, first competitive game. They do like to attack down the wings. Heat map there, we can see it's relatively standard, isn't it? Passing network, goalkeeper passes out, but otherwise, it's all kind of tight in the middle there. A lot of their key passes for a direct team tend to be, inside their team that they're attacking. So that's kind of a little bit confusing. But this is the team that we're sending out. Now, injury news. Tom Williams-Askey, our backup goalkeeper, has picked himself up an injury. It's about 2 weeks, which is fine. It just means that right now this guy is on the bench. So Onana, please don't get sent off or injured, because we really don't want him to start the next few games. Because the next few games are against Spurs and Liverpool. which is kind of annoying. I would have liked to have shown at least one of them on this episode, but I don't want the episode to get too long. So we'll catch up with them later on in the season. But this is the team we're sending out opening day. Onana is our goalkeeper. Of course he is. He's an absolute star. Brad Darwich starts this one. Now that is because Zagreb has picked out a bit of a minor knock. I don't want to risk an injury so early on in the season. Prongaric is going to get the start at the centre of defence, as with Nathan Wood, who of course they were both brilliant last year. They're fourth in the centre of defence, so nothing should change there this year. Coyle, we're going to stick with the guy that was there. I'm not going to give too many debuts in this game. I want to try and keep consistency and sort of feed in the new guys slowly. It's going to be Calvin Phillips as the DM, and then it's of course going to be next to him Mariba in midfield. So let's hope they get off to a good start. If they're playing at their best, we'll go close to winning any game of football. Bowen goes down the right. He was brilliant there for us last year. Velvake goes down the left. He's the Belgian Messi, this kid. If he can just keep going, he could be anything for us. We are going to give one debut to Renier as the shadow striker. In behind, let's hope he has a good year for us. It's Erling Haaland. If he scores goals, then no one will stop us. We do have a few of the new boys on the bench in Under and... did I have put? No, I didn't have the other guy, Wan-Bissaka, on the bench. So just Under, we will try and get him on the field at some point. It's just a matter of, how the game is going. But unless it's really, really tight, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't do it. And of course, Leonardo Jardem is the new manager for this season, assistant manager, replacing Johnny Metgod. Not as good a name, but much better manager. Do it for the fans. It is opening day. It is a newly expanded Elland Road. It's going to be bouncing. Let's get out there, boys, and put on a display, shall we? We've stressed out Haaland. Come on, mate. Just be good at football. And here we go with a stressed out Haaland up top. What could possibly go wrong? We do have Edmondson on the bench. He was quite good. I meant to show you our pre-season as well. Always forget something. Here we go. It's Calvin Phillips, 3 minutes in. He opens the scoring for the season. And what a start that is for Leeds United. 1-0. 3.5 minutes gone, and have some of that, Watford. Here we go. We are coming for this Premier League title this year. Horrible defending. Was it a goalkeeper or a backward header off the defender? I missed it there. It wasn't... Oh, getting choked up here. It wasn't offside. There were a couple of offside at the back post here. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. It's disgusting defending, though. But there we go. Want to go with that in the Championship, boys, but you're not going to get away with that here. Yeah, we tested ourselves. I think we got a bit of a touch-up by Barcelona, but otherwise we beat Atletico Madrid. We had some good results in there. We did play a lot of lesser teams as well. Edmondson was absolutely killing it. Got 4 goals in one of the friendlies. So Haaland gets the start, but we can see here already we're getting flashbacks to last season. Yeah, Haaland gets the start, but we'll see how that goes. Let's give it a show some passion here coming into the break. Renier, the new boy's not had a great game. It's last season all over again, isn't it? Lots of shots, really good defensively, 1-0. And of course, if we know anything from last season, then we'll equalise later on, because that's just kind of what happens. What do we say here? Maybe an assertive, things are going well, but you're capable of better. Not happy with you, Haaland. Not happy with you, Felix. Come on, mate, you're better than that. Let's not put pressure on the new boy. We've got faith in you. Phillips has had a decent game in there. Brad Darwich could be better, I think, if we're honest. And Wood, again, could probably be better. Some calm, we have faith for the other guys here. There's no real need to change too much because they haven't done anything. But, I mean, you could argue other than a set piece, neither have we. Alright, a bit of defensive work to do here. Can we get a foot in? Cross comes in. It's cleared by Prongaric. Can we get... I never say that guy's name the same way twice, do I? Can we get hold of the ball here, please, boys? I think... Did I have a leaner on the bench? Abel Ruiz was a bit match fatigued from friendlies from the pre-season still, which is why I don't have him on the bench. Again, I wanted to keep him fresh for Liverpool. Well, Spurs and Liverpool. And... well, we had the new guy to play anyway, so I thought we'll just give him a proper rest. Can we get something going here? Phillips has done wonderfully well to get back there on the cover. And oh, that is a nasty, lungy tackle. It is it's more than a red card. It's almost an assault. And that is them down to 10 men. Reina is not having a great game in midfield. I'm wondering if maybe Shadow Striker isn't working for him, if we could change his role a little bit. Maybe an Ongonch. Just kind of let the game take place around him a little bit more, and he can use his creativity and wonderful skills. Bowen picks up that ball, crosses in. It's a good cross. It's just over the bar from Felix. let's maybe try that. It's going to take a little bit of experimenting, isn't it? Just to figure out exactly how best to use him. Maybe we just use him in his role. We'll just use him in his role. Let him try and get forward. I'm thinking with a target man. Maybe let's put him on attack. Maybe with a target man, we maybe just want... If we're actually up against 10 men, we probably don't need to... Probably don't need to be attacking now, do we? Come on, boys. Show some passion here. Velvake is not having a great day, so we've got someone on the bench we can bring on. So let's take them, switch them around, and give a nice debut here for Under, and see what he can do. It's not been great again, has it? It's not been free flowing. There's a flick on. Oh, it's there. It's still there for Calvin Phillips. Oh, he's got two, has he? Now is it offside? No, it's not offside. The referee just kind of froze, but Calvin Phillips, goal machine, 2 goals in the opening game. Just didn't get picked up at the back post there. Decent ball in by the new boy. Wood with the flick on. Wood with the knockdown there to Phillips, and he just put his foot through that. Could the keeper have done a little bit better? It's one of those, isn't it? It's going across him. He's moving one way, going back the other, and it just didn't quite work out for him, and that is fine. Haaland, mate, you're letting me down again. Off you go. And let's take the new guy off as well, because he's not had a great day. And let's try Elena as the on-gonch. And hopefully we'll be able to see this out here. Not a classic performance, but we have done quite well. We've had a lot of shots on goal. They have done absolutely nothing so far. Just add that little caveat in there. And yeah, with 4 minutes to go, up against 10 men, you'd like to think this game is done and dusted. Can we get a third goal and just make it look really comfortable? Mariba, there's a nice little ball in there for Elena. Goes back for Phillips, for Mariba. Out there for Under. Can he get a cross in? Under, can he pull it back? Oh, it's a penalty. It's got to be a penalty. If it's not a penalty, it's a dive. And it is a penalty. Phillips for the hat-trick. Calvin Phillips, opening day hat-trick for the captain. Go on, Calvin. He's the Yorkshire Pirlo, and apparently he's also the Yorkshire Ronaldo. Go on, Calvin Phillips. A hat-trick on the opening day of the season, and I don't think any of us saw that coming. So there we go. How much for Calvin Phillips to get the Premier League Golden Boot? Maybe he'll be our 20-goal man this season. But there we go. Really, really good opening day of the season. The new look Elland Road, and that is what we like to see. That'll really push us up the table. You like to start well, start at the top. What do we want to say there? I'm going to say don't get complacent, even because, you know, let's face it, there's a few there. So there we go, Leeds hammer Watford on the opening day. Under makes his debut. Phillips with the hat-trick. Wonderful, wonderful stuff from him. And I'm really, really enjoying this. So wait right there, guys. Let's come back. You can see our pre-season there. Let's come back and play Spurs away as well.
Hello, Mr. Ruiz, is it? Yes, my name is Dr. James O'Shea. Now let's have a look and see what you've done to yourself here, shall we? Yes, I see. What you have there, my friend, is a torn knee ligament. I don't suspect you'll play again for 3 months.
Okay, welcome back, and it is horrible, horrible news. Abel Ruiz, 3 months, well 7 weeks to 3 months, but it's usually on the higher end of things, isn't it? A torn knee ligament picked up in training. Good thing we rested him for the Watford game so he didn't get injured, isn't it? Unbelievable. So yeah, that really, really hurts because he is a very, very valuable player for us. You can see here we've got a few match fatigue players ahead of this Spurs game as well, with Pongranic, Renier, and Brad Darich. The second two especially, injury prone. They will not be available for this one. So let's have a look at what we're up against here. Tottenham are the favourites despite being absolutely pounded on the opening day by Chelsea, who then lost 2-1 away to Liverpool. So there we go. They are an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coached Tottenham team. Tottenham just love picking up the Man United reject managers, don't they? So we know roughly what to expect. I completely missed this in the transfer summer special last episode. He got sacked by Man United. And then quickly snapped up by Spurs. So they're a balanced standard playing style, more urgent pressing. This is how we're expecting them to play. This is how they played against Chelsea when they got absolutely pumped. And we can see they're very, very, very narrow indeed. Passing network there, also very narrow. And there are their key passes. Love a long ball, it looks like, doesn't it? So let's have a look at what we're up against here, so who we're sending out. It's more or less the same team, just a few changes. Onana continues in goal. Zagreb comes in to play left back for this one. Sutar comes in for the match fatigue. Pongraniac with Wood and Coyle. Phillips and Mariba continue in midfield. Bowen and Vervaeke continue down the wings. Elena comes in It was going to obviously be Abel Ruiz. His injury means Elland will come in and play in behind Haaland. We do have on the bench Wan-Bissaka. Now, if you're wondering why we haven't seen him, he was injured in pre-season. I think we might have even had a knock when we signed him, so he hasn't really had a chance to get match sharpness yet. So we will try and get him on the field if things are going well for us this game. And we've also got our youngster David Baker on the bench. Again, we'll try and get him on the field if we can, just to help his development. So everybody is lining up as expected. You may have noticed we have a decent record against Spurs. I didn't realize we were quite so good. 3 draws and 3 wins, I should say. So that was against, obviously, previous manager. Jardem says pick up where they left off. So let's tell them to go and do that. Some calm, we have faith. And let's hope that may the goals continue and may the defense continue to be tight. And yeah, here we go. Now, Suta should be a good enough replacement. We've seen he's come in and done a job for us, been very, very solid. So as I say that now, of course, things will go horribly wrong in this game for him. But I'm relatively confident putting him in there alongside Wood. We've got Pongreniac on the bench if we need him, but ideally we'll keep him fresh for Liverpool. This looks like a Leeds United throw. Here we go there with Zagreb. What can he do? We've got a man free in the middle. We've been caught in possession. It's Parrott. We've got men back. He's beaten his man, though. And Onana, can you save us? It's a good tackle. And what is that? And we've somehow managed to get a goal kick out of that. Interesting way to defend that, boys. Maybe, yeah, just use your hands, Onana. Here we go. Alina, he wins it back. Dinks it in. It's headed away. It's going to fall from Ariba. Down for Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen! It was there, and he just lifted it over the bar, unfortunately. That's not too bad, though. Come on, boys. Let's get creative. We're dominating possession, which is nice. But we've really seen... They've really had the best chance. We've injured Dele Alli. We've got a throw here for them. Can we win the possession high up the field? It looks like we can. Coyle's done well there for Mariba. In there for Alina. Bowen's done well to keep possession there under great pressure. Ball for Valvake. It's headed back to the goalkeeper. Livakovic, formerly of Aston Villa in FM20. What was it? FM90, wasn't it, last one? Is he going to do something horrible here? Throw it at Haaland. He doesn't. He lumps it upfield. It's knotted down. So it's becoming a bit of a long old highlight. And I fear we don't have the ball here a little bit. If I'm honest, can we get a foot in there? No, we can't. Keep your heads here, boys. Keep your heads. Haaland, that's yours, mate. Go and put some pressure on. Threaded ball through. And it's a good save from Onana. Maybe a concentrate here, boys. We're looking just... Yeah, like we're dominating possession, or we were, less so now, but we're not really creating anything. We did do sessions mid games here on chance creation and conversion. Nathan Wood, it's our defenders that are ruling the roost. A hat-trick from Calvin Phillips last time out, and this time it's going to be ruled offside. Go away, VAR. Was it offside? It's Mariba on the goal line there. I mean, he is offside. I mean, is he offside though? Is he interfering with play? Has the rule changed? Because if it hasn't changed, he's not interfering with play there. And I mean, it may have changed and I don't know what's going on. But I'm going to say, not pleased with that, boys. We won't yell at them. Just a nice, calm, just a gentle warning. Let's demand a little bit more at the start of the half here and see if we can go and do something. We're seeing again here, Haaland is he's just not at it, is he? And that is offside, surely. Surely that's offside, referee. If ours was offside, so is that. There'll be a riot in the technical area if that isn't ruled out for offside. Clearly offside. And again there. So, yeah, offside twice. Well done. All right. Let's go back to a pressing forward. Look, it's not great, is it? We're already experimenting. I'm going to give him about 3 seconds to lift his game here, or else we're going to bring on Edmondson. So let's do that. He was good in pre-season, so there's no... Go off the field, Haaland. Oh, Jesus Christ, we've got a Kappa situation. Go off. There we go. So back on a target man, because that has generally been working. Valvake hasn't had a great start to the season, which is a bit of a disappointment, if I'm honest. Let's maybe take it off, exploit the flanks. Not exploit the middle, just off exploit the flanks. And see if that makes any difference. That was how we had been playing in pre-season, so... But I mean, pre-season is what it is, isn't it? You can't read too much into it. I'm disappointed in Valvake, not had a great start, so we're going to take him off, bring the youngster on. And Alina's not had a great game in there either, but we're kind of a little bit short, unless we want to stick Mariba further forward. Let's take him off on Gonch and try back on a shadow striker. I tend to like the Shadow Striker playing off a target man. I feel like usually it works quite well, but we haven't really seen it so far, have we? We've got one other sub to make. Come on, boys, get this away, please. Oh, it's not the best header, but it sort of does the job. It's blocked by Edmondson. All right, here we go. On the break, boys. Come on. Go on, Ryan. It goes over the top. It's, not a down, not quite. I wonder if we should be getting stuck in here. We do have some players on bookings. It's end-to-end stuff right now. Mariba there. Don't get yourself sent off, mate. Don't you get stuck in. Get out. Get out. Get out. Oh, just over the bar. And we come straight back. Onana with the goal kick. Short for Wood. Wood lumps it forward. It's read like a book, and we're looking quite shaky here, aren't we? It's played back in, and that is a miss, isn't it? All right. Let's take it off counter press. I'm thinking now a point early on in the season like this maybe isn't a bad point. Let's go try and put a little bit of pressure on them. Get stuck in. They're just coming in waves right now, aren't they? Come on, boys. Can we give it one last demand more? It's a set piece again. Don't do it, boys. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, that's fine. We've got 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. And here we go. Can we nick it late? Calvin Phillips over a free kick. It's Wood. Oh, what a chance. He got underneath it. And I'm not sure that was worth coming back for, guys. A nice solid 0-0. And then Abel Ruiz injury. It was definitely not worth coming back for. But there we go. A point on the road is not a terrible point. We'll say unlucky. It's disappointing in that they obviously got smashed by Chelsea in the opening game, but we may have just seen the reaction to that of, them just really putting up a bit of a block. Vilvake just has not started the season well, has he? He hasn't been training well. We'll have a word to him, I think. We might even do that now, actually. Where are you, Vilvake? Get your head back in the game, mate. Where's the form from last season? Criticise training. Get your act together, mate. Abort. Let's just get out of there. He just hasn't started well, has he? But he'll come good, I'm sure. Guys, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. That's a decent start. Let's face it, decent start. We won at home. We've taken a point away to a decent team. And I'm relatively happy with that. I think what we'll do, given that I will have the weekend to record, what we might do is we'll come back for Liverpool at home next game. We'll skip over the South Coast games, and then we'll come back for the first game in the Europa League. Typically, I don't have time to do that, but given that we have the weekend coming up, well, that's what we'll do, because I think we want to see Liverpool, and the Europa League is obviously the next big game in there as well. So until Monday, guys, enjoy your weekend. I've been Aussieville, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.